Hello my dear students, welcome to CR Digital Classes. Today we are going to discuss about the topic of array and the types of arrays. Okay. Now the questions which might come across within the question paper would be, what is an array? Write about the different types of array. Then again, what is an array? It can be what is the syntax of declaring a single and multi-dimensional array, or you can directly say it as define an array. The 4 marks question. Then again we can talk about the two-dimensional array. What is array? Okay, array is a homogeneous collection of data. What is a homogeneous? Homogeneous is nothing but similar value. Okay, array is a collection of homogeneous elements. Okay, what is a homogeneous? It is similar values which are given to us at one particular location. Okay, why it is? What is the importance of holding an array? When you don't have an array, what happens here is the values here. For example, I have three variables. Okay, they will be scattered here and there with different memory addresses. That is 1000, 2000 and 3000. If you're having the address space, okay, the name of this particular block address is 1000 for A1, 2000 for A2 and 3000 for A3 if you take it. Now what happens here is an array is a collection of elements which are residing at a similar location. That is, here when you talk in the respect of an array, they are residing like this: A1, A2 and A3. Now how you declare it? It is nothing but A of 4. That is, here I am having how many values? That is 4 values I am having, or I can take it as 5. That is A4 and A5. Okay. Now this is my address location. If you are directly taking it as int A1 comma A2 comma A3, the addresses will be different and it is scattered around. When you talk about as array declaration, that is int A of 5. This is a declaration of an array. So what is an int here? It is a primary data type. A is nothing but the name of the array, and this is said to be as an index or the size of the array. Now how many values I can take it? I can take it as 5 values. So what is an array here? Array is a collection of elements of the same data type stored in a same location, that is continuous location. Each element, so here you can say it as each element of the array is having a certain index. What is that index? It is nothing but the value where exactly this particular values are stored. Okay. Now array index always starts with 0. Okay. Array index always starts with 0 and its starting point is 0 and ending to n minus 1. So array helps us in sorting and managing the large amounts of data which can get kept at a particular place. So there are different types of arrays. I assume that array is understood here. There is int. That is how we declare an array. We declare an array like this. That is, specify the data type, specify the name of the array, then specify the size of the array. Now here this is said to be as a declaration. Okay. Now when you talk about array, there is here int a of, like this if you say it. Okay, 1 comma 2 comma 3, that is, this is the size of the array. If you say it, that is, what is the size of the array? Because there is only 3 values, that is, the size of the array is 3. Okay, when you talk about the 5, it is 4 and 5, the size of the array is 5. So when you do not mention the size here, what happens is the values however they are, that will become the size of the array. This is array declaration come initialization. When you talk about array declaration, this is how exactly. When you take it with your initialization, this is declaration come initialization. Whereas when you talk it over this, it is only declaration. When you talk it over here in this statement, it is declaration come initialization. Okay. Now next. Now what the different types of arrays? What are the different types of arrays? So you can say it as, that is, there are three different types: one dimensional, two dimensional and multi-dimensional. Okay, when you talk about one dimensional, it is nothing but a linear collection of data stored at a single row. That is why we say it as previously what we have declared. This is said to be as a one dimension or a single dimension, where only you have one dimension, that is, this is only one dimension, this is the size. So we are declaring an array size of 5. So here this is your declaration come initialization. Okay, now here when I want to retrieve the value of the second, so what is the second value? It is, because array index always starts with 0, 1 and 2 and 3 and 4. Okay, so it is starting with 0, that is why it is having 5 values, that is 0, 1, 2, 3 and 4, that is 5 values are there, and if I want to print a second value which is having a second array is positioned at second, so it is 30 is printed on the screen. Okay, so this is how we just try to use and we try to declare as well as initialize the array. Okay, now when you talk about this, okay, this is said to be as array declaration cum initialization. What is a two-dimensional array? A two-dimensional array is nothing but it is like a matrix where you are having a rows and a column. The first value is talking about the rows and the second value is talking about the matrix of column. Okay, so it is rows and this is column. Okay, so here when you talk about this, when you declare a matrix, it is you are mentioning the rows as well as column. This is declaration. When you talk about the declaration cum initialization, here it is a 2 by 2 matrix where this is your row value and this is your column value. So how many rows and how many columns are there? 2 rows and 2 columns. Okay. Now for example here it will be something like this. A of, so because it is a 2, okay, A of, so this is your R1, R0 and R1. This is column 0 and column 1. Now what is the first value which is being here is, first column here is nothing but when you talk about it, okay. So if you can see it is printing 1 and 3. So what is 1 and 3? 1 is nothing but here it is, okay, this 1, 2, 3 and 4. So here it is, if you want to retrieve this value, it is matrix of 0th row and 0th column, matrix of 0th row and first column, matrix of first row and 0th column, matrix of first row and first column. This is how exactly these are the position. That is, here when you talk about an array, here this is because it is always starting with a 0. So here we assume it as 0, first row and second row, first column and second column. That is R0 and R1, and here it is C0 and C. Okay, so this is how the output would be. That is because you are printing second row and first column. Okay, because it is second row and first column, what is that? 3. So 3 is printed on the screen. Okay, so this is how exactly it is talking about the two-dimensional array. When you talk about the multi-dimensional, what is a multi-dimensional? It is nothing but we are having more than one dimension. Where we exactly use it is nothing but when you want to represent some scientific calculations or game development, when you want to go for the graphical point of view, then we have n number of dimensions which you need to check it with the graphics point. So for that reason we check out with the multi-dimensional array. When you talk about the multi-dimensional array, here it is talking about the blocks, then again it is talking about the rows and columns. Okay, so when you talk about all this, okay, now here if I could summary point of all this, that is array is a homogeneous collection of data which belong to a similar family. There are different types of array, that is two-dimensional, one-dimensional and multi-dimensional. Array helps us in improving the redundancy, which reduces the redundancy. At the same time, the organization of the data is more proper and flexible. It is more easy and efficient to use. At the same time, we can manage the data very easily. So these are the summary points of your arrays. Okay, what are the summary points? That is, array is a homogeneous collection of data. Array index always starts with 0 and it ends with n minus 1. If it is n, it is ending with n minus 1. Always it is 0th value is first value which is being retrieved. Where it is used mostly in sorting and performing the mathematical operations. Thank you so much. Please like and subscribe with the CR Digital classes.